Welcome to IQD Dinar News, your go-to source for the latest updates on currency exchange rates, revaluation news, and insights into the Iraqi dinar. Stay informed and ahead of the curve with our timely analysis and breaking developments. The monetary reform and the intriguing possibilities surrounding this significant date, the 10th. The phrase collision of some very important heavy particles is rich with metaphor, evoking imagery from physics, where collisions of massive particles give rise to new, often unpredictable phenomena. In the context of monetary reform, this analogy suggests that various substantial elements or forces within the economic system are aligning or converging, potentially leading to a profound transformation in the landscape of currency exchange and valuation. The idea that these heavy particles might create new elements after this metaphorical collision hints at significant shifts that may be on the horizon. In a monetary reform scenario, these new elements could take the form of various developments aimed at altering or revitalizing the current economic framework. This transformation may be essential to addressing long-standing inefficiencies or to bringing the currency in line with current global economic standards. One potential development is the introduction of lower denomination banknotes, a step commonly associated with a currency's path toward greater valuation. This move could signify an intention to stabilize the currency while allowing it to circulate in smaller increments, thereby fostering more fluid transactions within the economy. By introducing lower notes, a nation's central bank might aim to replace older, higher denomination bills that have traditionally circulated during times of inflation. The release of lower denominations often signals a confidence that the currency will hold or increase in value, creating a foundation for a stable and sustainable financial ecosystem. Another possibility emerging from this collision might be the shift to a floating exchange rate system. Under a float, the currency would no longer be pegged to another currency or basket of currencies but would instead be allowed to fluctuate according to market forces. A floating exchange rate could provide greater flexibility for the currency, allowing it to respond dynamically to the country's economic conditions and global demand. This change could be a strategic move in the direction of liberalizing the currency, positioning it to achieve more competitive rates in the international market. A float may empower the currency to find a natural equilibrium, potentially leading to an appreciation if market forces deem it undervalued at its current pegged rate. Digitization, particularly the advent of an electronic float, represents yet another layer of possibility. As global finance increasingly embraces digital solutions, a currency shift to a digital or electronic framework could facilitate smoother and more efficient transactions, both domestically and internationally. The digitalization of a floating exchange rate would allow for real-time tracking and management of the currency's value, with transactions executed seamlessly in the digital sphere. For the nation, this move might enhance transparency and reduce reliance on physical currency, appealing to tech-savvy consumers and modernizing the nation's financial infrastructure. A digital float would also support a more inclusive economy, as digital currencies are accessible to a broader segment of the population, potentially reducing barriers to participation in the financial system. This convergence of monetary strategies from lower notes to floating rates and digitization could very well mark the beginning of a new phase in monetary reform, where multiple mechanisms work in tandem to stabilize and empower the currency. The timing, as suggested, emphasizes that these changes are unlikely to occur before the 10th, possibly indicating that essential preparatory steps or final decisions are currently underway. This date could represent a significant milestone when these aligned strategies are finally unveiled and set into motion. Ultimately, the term collision underscores the dynamic and potentially disruptive nature of these anticipated events. The financial ecosystem is one where even minor adjustments can have substantial ripple effects, and a concerted reform initiative could redefine economic conditions for individuals, businesses, and government bodies alike. These transformative elements, working together, could usher in a revitalized currency system that aligns more closely with modern economic realities and global standards. Whether through the release of lower denominations, a shift to a floating exchange rate, or digital integration, each step could contribute to a more robust and resilient monetary framework. As we approach the 10th, the anticipation surrounding this potential reform highlights a moment of profound significance, where these colliding particles might indeed give birth to new elements, setting the stage for a reimagined economic future. Thanks for tuning in to IQD Dinar News. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. For more updates on the Iraqi dinar and global currency trends, hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.